Okay, so is it a bulldozer or is it a tractor?
Both.
Cool. Okay, we're gonna do some dirt work. What do you think?
Yes, let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Okay, so Kiddo here is going to be digging in the main pond today because we can, right?
Yes, because we can.
When in drought,
dig it.
Dig it. So step one, cultivator spikes on our box blade. You can see we have those pulled up for now. I think we need to take them down a bit, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
But not all the way down.
Yes, not all the way down. We have learned this.
How did we learn it?
Because last night we attempted to dig with the spikes on the very bottom setting, but it didn't quite work. It didn't quite dig.
No, the ground is way too hard. The ground is so hard that those cultivator spikes wouldn't even dig. They were raking across the top of the dirt, and it wouldn't allow the box blade to grab anything. It was crazy. So adjusting this is super easy. So how does this work?
You take the pin out.
Pin out.
And you reposition it. And we're going to want to use the second hole from the top.
Normally I'd go first, but in this instance, you go first.
I go first.
Does that make me your official gate getter?
Yes, you are.
In the operator seat. In the training seat. Oh gosh. I'm in the training seat.
Buddy seat.
The buddy seat. Okay. It's really not so bad. It looks bad, but it's not.
Oh my god, you're so cramped over there.
Okay, maybe it is that bad. But the fact that we're both in the cab of this tractor and the AC, I'll give up a lot of space and comfort to be in the AC to ride down and get the gate.
Yes, that's a win.
Woo! Hot damn! We rolling.
Yes.
There is your house.
I love my house, it's so awesome.
All right, you got it from here.
Yes.
I'm out. So riding around in a cab tractor is about the only thing we can do here in the middle of the day, all day, when it's 100-something degrees in the middle of this drought. But if you look at our grass, or lack thereof, I mean, there's not a lot going on. There's no fall mowing to do because there is nothing growing. But when it dries up like this, you just have to take advantage of the opportunity. There's always a silver lining. It's a wonderful opportunity to make your ponds deeper and wider so that when the rains come, and they will come, your ponds hold more water, right? More cubic feet of water means, you know, another day or two that it'll go before it dries up again. So what we're doing, and you see Chloe down there in this big pond, is we're gonna dredge that out, pull that dirt up here to the back side and everywhere else. That way we have nice, good, rich topsoil spread out for the grass, in which the grass can grow. And that pond will hold a lot more water. See, that box blade is full. It is full. I'll show you our handiwork from yesterday. It was so nice. We kicked off the Labor Day weekend with a full day of cooking. When Chloe came home from the University of Texas, we wanted to have a nice spread waiting for us. We had brisket, cornbread, smoked mac and cheese, and Lady made the most amazing tres leches cake I've ever had. It was amazing. Holy cow, we're gonna put that recipe on here for you guys to see. It's mind-blowing. Now that'll be a separate video, of course, but wow. Sorry, filling my time. It's a little bit of a hike down here. Still walking. Should have brought the Ranger. Be down 5 pounds before I get to the ponds. And here we are. That was the little tiny creek pond. And I will, in this content, I'll flash to that so you can see what it looks like with water in it. It wasn't nearly as deep or wide. And all we did was we're dragging that box blade through, pulling the dirt up, building up the road area and just the sides of this little natural channel that's an old riverbed. And we have made this thing probably a foot deeper and considerably wider. And we now have a nice gentle slope on both sides. So if our cattle want to get in and hang out, they can, without having to swan dive into the deep end. What's up, big girl? Yeah, this looks good. You can tell it's about, you know, almost chin high. That's a nice little pond for something that was really nothing more than just a creek puddle. It just recently dried up a bit. And as a matter of fact, just last week I was concerned about bringing the tractor in because it was so moist, and you can tell it has a nice hard clay bottom. I think that's why it holds water so well. Here is where the ground is so hard those cultivator spikes couldn't dig in. Look at that. That's what happened. They just scraped on the top. That was crazy. We pulled a lot of dirt out of the edge of this pond. Ultimately, I want to connect these two. I think that would be really cool. And we were going to get to work on that, but this ground is so hard, I'm gonna need something a little bigger, something made for dirt work to make that happen. So I dug this out quite a bit last year when it was at its lowest point. And I'm glad I did, because otherwise we wouldn't have all that water. I mean, it's been over 100 degrees every day since the beginning of June. And no rain. No rain since the end of May, 1st of June. And we're now in September. So I think if I didn't add all that area for additional water in this pond, we'd be in a world of hurt down here. Let's go say hi to some cows. Hello, ladies. Everybody chilling in the shade. It is a little too hot to be grazing in the sun, huh? Not that we have anything to graze on. It's all right, big girl. You stay put. It's all right. Hey, Lucy. Our lead cow, Miss Chiquita. She is a boss. And Mr. Big Tex. What's up, big guy? Who's your friend down there? Lizzo, of course. What is up, dude? Looking good. Hey, girl. So we've learned one of the first things you have to do when you're working your tractor and your box blade to dig out a pond like this is you have to have a place where you can get in and out with your tractor with that box blade full, where the tractor doesn't go up, get flat, and accidentally drop all the dirt out of the bottom of the box blade. So that's what we have right here, is that ingress and egress to the pond so we can drag the blade around. And this thing, as you can imagine, was full of cow hoof prints. When you initially start dragging that box blade, it's a little tricky because you have to fill in all those cow hoof prints first. And so it's real choppy, it's hard to ride around. So what we did first is just drove some circles, smoothed it out, and made this dirt easier to work. And now that we've got a smooth canvas, kiddos up there just filling up the pasture. You can see she's already got piles so big that she's using the bucket to, I guess, fill in some holes around the trees and whatnot, which is okay by me. Good work, kid. Alright, so kiddo's been at it about 2.5 hours, looking amazing. Oh my god, that kid's moving dirt. But I have to show you, voila, our latest. Check this thing out. I picked this up yesterday from a lady that has a shop in Schulenburg, Texas, the Checkered Dog. Highly recommend you go check them out if you're ever coming through Central Texas on I-10. But I don't know what year this is. I'm sure I can find a stamp somewhere. You can tell it's old because the last time this ran, gas was 24 cents, 24 9/10 of a cent per gallon here in the US. Wow, crazy. Yeah, that'd be fun. That's gonna go in a place that we've got a lot of other projects that we have to complete before we can put that on something that doesn't exist yet. But it won't be long. Within the next few months, we'll be able to hopefully tie some of this stuff together. Looks like I get to hitch a ride. Man, she's moved some dirt. Whoo! May I hitch a ride? Sure. All right. All right, kiddo. So talk to us, how's it going?
It's going pretty well.
So, wow, oh my God, look at that. That's a little bit deeper, I think, than it was earlier.
Yes, it is.
That is a ton of material you've pulled out of here.
It is. I'm very pretty impressed myself.
So you can tell the changes in the slope. The slope gets much steeper right there at the end of those little goat weeds. Woo! Look at that. That is a full box blade. That's what I'm talking about.
It is. Even though it's been so dry, somehow the dirt isn't too tough to get full loads, so that's pretty awesome.
Nice. Oh, look at your road. That is so cool.
Yes, it's so awesome. My ramp, it's perfect.
I like it. We've got a ramp up here, and oh my God, that is a ton of material.
It is.
And it's only been, what, a couple of, like 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours?
Yeah, that's not very much.
With a box blade. I'm impressed.
Yes.
Thoroughly impressed.
I'm pretty happy too.
And another thing that kind of excites me is yeah, and another thing that kind of excites me is we now have a ton of material that I think will accept some ryegrass in the event we get something that resembles rain.
Yes, that will be good. It'll be the cow's favorite field.
Yeah. And this stuff should be quite rich.
It looks very rich. It's very dark and loamy.
Nice. How's the Workmaster running?
It's awesome. As always. I love it so much.
So when you come home from school, what's your favorite thing to do?
Tractoring.
I was gonna say tractoring.
Yes.
I don't even need to ask.
No.
So what's so great about riding around in a tractor? What do you like about it?
Well, it's a great way to clear your head and do something that immediately gives you satisfaction.
Immediate satisfaction and gratification.
Yes.
I totally agree with that.
Yes, that's a big one.
It's like I've got a problem, I want to solve the problem, and I want to see the immediate benefit of my work, and voila, here we are.
Yes, it's amazing. And it's so deep compared to what it was before.
Oh, you've pulled some material out of here for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Woo! And what she's doing with the box blade is just slightly lifting it and building this up over here. And dragging it out nice and flat. She's doing great. She's not a seasoned heavy equipment operator, but she's got some time in the seat. And what a great place for someone to learn and learn new things. This is looking good. Morning of day 2. Yesterday I was so blown away at the progress that Chloe made down in the pond, and I was really happy to see some beautiful rich clay under, you know, about 6 inches of soil and muck in the bottom of that pond, which gives me hope. I now have a plan to use that clay to reline the pond. The whole thing, the back of the dam where we have issues where, you know, the drought had cracked the soil and really kind of compromised the integrity of that dam. So I'm hoping that my ideas and my plan and my theory are correct. That said, I would love for some of our dirt pros, the people that do this every day, or the people that have expertise in this area, to chime in this video, in the comments. Let me know what you think, the problems you see, your ideas. As I said in a previous video, if we all are able to drink from wells dug by others, everyone's life is a little bit easier. Here we go, let's get started. Today we start obviously in the Workmaster, but our cattle need some hay. We're going to go ahead and throw out 2 round bales because they're going through one about every 3 days. So I installed the most awesome truck accessory I have ever had on any vehicle. And of course I don't have it today. My truck is in the shop this weekend having some more modifications made. It's a 50-gallon transfer tank where I can pump fuel from my truck directly into the tractor. Because I hate, with a passion, 5-gallon gas cans. My Lord, especially with those stupid EPA nozzles on them. I need to replace all these with those little doodads. You can buy them on Amazon. Drill your little vent hole in the back, put a decent, well-functioning nozzle on the front. But no, I'm stuck here. Good Lord. You can ride with me up here, and I tell you, once you get a larger tractor, you can't go back. I mean, this thing just makes life so easy. We're gonna feed 2 bales, and we're gonna do it super quick. Here's one. Oop. Should probably throw that in reverse. We'll try to get these laid out before the cattle see what we're doing and decide they want to come play. Because once they get in that pen with all that hay right now, it is very hard to get them out. I really like seeing all that natural fertilizer around all this hay. The hay will reseed the area. The excrement, if you will do a great job helping to boost growth. I'll drag this once we get a little bit of rain. And no surprise, there's Miss Chiquita, our lean cow, coming to check out the latest happenings at the tractor. Hey, big girl. Back at it, get the phone in place on the windshield, seat comfortable. And here she goes. Chloe's creating a new sort of road out of the pond right there where we can drag the dirt up, just like she did over here. And we'll leave this kind of high in the middle where we can put a nice big dock. But we found last night, again, there's a nice clay down here. And we're gonna pull that up on the sides and just create sort of an artificial liner, or actually a natural clay liner. Because while this may have been sealed at one point, I think the droughts over the years have just cracked the soil, and you've got cracks on the back of that dam that are as wide as my foot. And God knows how deep they are, so maybe if we can reline it with this good stuff down in here, it'll hold water a little better. Yeah, and we're throwing some of the soil up on the dam as well to fill in some of those cracks and then maybe repack. Man, that's a lot of material down there. Awesome. Man, she is still at it. Look at that. Whew. Okay, 3:42 p.m. on Sunday. So check this out. We've got a lot of these old branches on this old live oak that are starting to grow down. And rather than scratching up the top of the new tractor, Kiddo's been coming out and doing a 3-point turn down here, backing up where she could just be doing a loop here. So I am gonna go ahead and take care of these. Also, so we can mow under them, you know, later on. Check out the pole saw. This is one of those tools you didn't know you needed until you knew you didn't need it. This is a DeWalt 20 volt electric pole saw. Works great. I mean, this thing is a beast. It doesn't have the kind of duty cycle a steel gas powered would. I mean, admittedly, obviously. However, this thing gets the job done. I've cut oak, all kinds of things with it. What's up, big girl? Look at her. Yeah, I'm gonna put that pole saw to work. So check it out. One of the benefits of Brahman cattle, like Big Tex here, is they have an ability to forage. They love leaves and things like that off of trees. Not all cattle are great foragers. And Beefmaster, like Miss Honky Tonk right next door to Big Tex over here, she's a Beefmaster E6 certified cow, so that she's not registered Beefmaster, but she was, I guess, made official by the BBU, Beefmaster Breeders United, and given an ear tag that says she has the 6 essential traits of a cow. See that metal tag on top of her busted ear over there? So Beefmaster, that breed is half Brahma, 1/4 Shorthorn, 1/4 Hereford. So these guys inherently have the heat tolerance of that guy, the insect tolerance of that guy, and the forageability of that guy kind of bred into them. Good job, dude. Keep munching. One of the things I love about this pole saw is the fact that it is modular. I can break this thing apart into several pieces, throw it in the back of the Ranger, and then go pick up my brush and throw it over the top, and I don't have to mess with a 20-foot tool, you know, hanging off the front and back of the Ranger the way I would a single, you know, a single pole saw, or one with just one extension. So each piece is about yay big. Not bad, right? Okay, we're gonna pick up some oak and throw it on a burn pile. Sorry, dude, I'm taking your lunch. And looking good. 4 o'clock afternoon of day 2. Just a new Holland Workmaster 75 in a box plate. We're not even cutting with that bucket yet. And I just now trimmed all those oaks and took those cab scratchers off the bottom of the canopy. She's dragging against the dam over there like we did over here. And look at that. I mean, it's gonna be nice. Once it rains, we seed that, so it'll be just a part of the land. Easy to mow, easy to maintain. But anyhow, what I was saying is instead of 3-point turning down there to avoid the trees, she can now do a big circle, because 3-point turns is just an unfortunate fuel burn and a time suck. Over the course of a day, that extra 10 or 15 seconds per turn will, I mean, it adds up. You know, when you do it about 50 or 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 times. We're running those tractor tires over it, over and over and over again, packing that clay and taking out just, you know, a couple of inches at a time. Beautiful. So you can see my water line right here. And I think these cracks are a big part of the problem. The integrity of this dam has been compromised, so we will be fixing all this. But what I want to do with that water line is I'm going to go from this water line to that water line at the widest part. Yes, it's a little bigger front to back than it is to side, but I'm going to consider this a circle. And why on earth am I looking at a circle and measuring? Well, I want to know the surface area here. You know, I'd like to estimate, but you know, when you estimate, you always round up to the nearest acre or 10 acres or 100 acres when you're in West Texas. I am not. I want to know exactly how big this is. I want to have a good feel for the volume so I can treat and maintain this thing over time accurately with the right amount of, you know, pond additive, what have you, the right stocking rate for fish. And I want to know really how big it is. So I'm going to measure this real quick. The area of a circle is pi r squared. R is your radius, pi is, you know, 3.416, blah, 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 goes on forever. But we'll do pi times the radius squared of this thing, and that's going to give me a general idea of the surface area. Stick with me. Okay, so my diameter of the pond was 108 feet. It is, that gives me a 54-foot radius. You plug that into your handy dandy calculator, pi, which is 3.4156 whatever, times r squared, which is 54 squared, and I end up with 9,161 square feet in the circular sort of surface area of that pond. An acre is 43,560 feet. And so to give me an idea of my percentage of an acre, you just 43,560 divided by 9161, 9,161 goes into that acre, 4.75 times. So that lets me know that is just under a quarter of an acre. Realistically, it's probably a little bit bigger than a quarter of an acre because I know it's longer than it is wide, but I went with the circular surface area, which wouldn't account for, you know, the width up here at the top that's a non-circle, or the fact that it is longer. But either way, for all intents and purposes, I'm going to call it a quarter-acre pond. So I want to dig it nice and deep so we can hold a lot of water. I want a lot of cubic yards, cubic feet of water. I want it to be much larger than a cubic quarter-acre pond. And I think we can achieve that. I think we're gonna get that done. So now that I know what I'm working with, I'm gonna expand it, blow it out a little bit bigger. We're just gonna dig it nice and deep. And as Chloe says, build our dream pond. Well, we're gonna strike while the iron's hot. When in drought, bust out that Workmaster 75 and put it to work. Well, it's another beautiful day at the ranch. Ladies are getting ready, so I am out exploring things and places I haven't seen, largely due to this drought. Lots of ideas. So the pond's coming along nicely. We are spreading dirt over the top of the dam. We're gonna be packing that down, filling in some of those cracks, hopefully repacking that dam, relining everything with clay. Stick around. You will see not just the finished product, but the work in progress over future videos. I also picked up 100 pounds of ryegrass seed. We'll be putting that in some of the material that we're spreading throughout the pasture and on the pond dam. We'll see how that does. You know, God willing, we've got rain in the forecast. Well, in about 3 days, but these clouds are nice. We don't get a lot of those. So if you like, I don't know, dirt work, ranch stuff, cows, subscribe to the channel, stick around, come back and see us. You know, we'd love to have you back. And until next time, I hope you and yours have an awesome week. We'll catch you on the flip side. Hey, found another telephone pole. Sweet.